Yahoo. 久しぶりだな.
Could you imagine if I talked like that all the time? Would you still hang out with me?
ケイリクスが来た. No.
It's ridiculous. Yeah, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Hi. Haven't seen you since yesterday. Can you believe it? Jump scare. Is that scary?
俺が怖いのか?
No. I don't think I can pull that off very well. I'm not strong enough, I fear. Squid game, indeed. The squibby game, the squiddiest octopus squid ink. I love this game, Splatoon. I'm so excited. Yes, I actually wanted to say before we start, I kind of want to. I did this by accident the first 2 games in a row, and now I want to make it a tradition, I think. Don't count on it. I might change my mind in the future, but I kind of like the idea of just sitting here and chatting for a little bit. Not too long, like 10 to 20 minutes before we start game streams. I just think it'd be fun. Because I have to sip up my tea anyway. And I like the opportunity to catch up, since it's, you know, even if it's just one day, it still can feel like a while, right? It does for me, at least. I don't know if it's the same. I imagine you've got a bunch of other stuff you've got to do in the day. How was your day so far? Or is this the start of your day? How has your time been spent since I last saw you? That's what I want to know. As for myself, today was a super busy day and I got a lot of stuff done. I had a couple transactions with my beloved manager. I had some writing to do as well that I got done, and I feel pretty good about that. I recorded a little bit, but not as much as I would have liked to. But I recorded a little bit, and the little bit that I recorded, I'm proud of, so that's a dub. Honestly, my big problem is that I'm so picky when I record, so sometimes it takes a few tries to get it the way I like it. But yeah, it's been a very productive day, which feels pretty good. I'm the type of person that, I don't know, I feel best if I've gotten a lot done in a day, or if I am making an optimal use of my time. I don't like to waste it. I think it's too valuable to pass up. Mostly been playing Stardew. That's so good. Did I have anything to do with that by chance? Do you think I might have encouraged you to try out Stardew or to pick it up again, maybe? I don't know. I love Stardew. I'm happy to see anybody playing it. Such a good game. Love Concerned Ape. That guy's so cool. Went to college. Aced a performance. Let's go. Let's go. We take those. We take those. You broke both legs. Let's go. Arts projects. That's exciting. I love arts. I love arts projects. Art singular, projects plural. I think that's how you'd say that. I love art. I think art is so cool, and I have a ton of respect for people who can make good art. I just think it's so cool. It takes so much time to develop that as a skill, I think, so I don't think there's anything cooler in this world. And I say art like in a broad way, you know, like not Broadway as in like the place or the musical, but like specifically like a way that is broad. I say it as a broad category, like music, performance, any kind of art, any kind of trade even as well, like an academic discipline. I think devoting your time to anything and getting really good at it, I think is really cool. Not that it's all about being good at it, but I think having something to show for the time you've invested and the effort that you've invested is pretty epic. If I do say so myself. Got more work done today. Glad to see it. Looks like we were both busy today. What else have I missed? People will buy your manga. Oh, you're a mangaka? That's so cool. That's so cool. I would never have the patience. I say that as if I regularly draw enough to make anything close to a manga anyway, but like I would never have the patience to write it out and panel it. I'm kind of limited in my heart, limited by my heart to just words on a page. So that's really cool. All right, I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. I was a little late to set it up today, so it's extra hot. I may be taking some extra sips later as it starts to cool down more. How was your day? As I mentioned, it was really, really busy, but still very good. I can update you on my sleep as well. It seems I've worried people talking about it, but I think full disclosure is pretty epic. Because I got so sleepy after the Stardew stream yesterday, I went to bed earlier than usual. Missed the meeting, by the way, that I talked about with the boys. They went on without me. Thankfully, though, Seible was very thoughtful. He saw it coming. He's very sensitive to these things. He notices differences in behavior, and he noticed that I was going to conk out, I guess. So he messaged me before the meeting started. Honestly, before I even started streaming. And he was like, all right, Kaelix, this is what we're going to talk about today. What do you think about these things, just in case? And I told him everything I thought, and he related on my behalf during the meeting. Because I was conked out. I was gone. I was not in this world. So I'm thankful that I didn't inconvenience everybody by falling asleep. I need to fix it, though. I need to fix it. So I'm going to try my best to not go to bed early today. I have a thing that I have to do. Another task that I can't get into detail about. And my other failsafe. This is my secret strategy whenever I need to stay up a little later. You want to hear it? It's my patented. It's not patented. It's not trademarked, but it's my super epic and failsafe approach to always making myself stay awake. It is to wash my bed sheets specifically at a really inconvenient time. Because usually I try to wash my bed sheets every week. I try to wash them every week, or actually I sometimes will cycle between 2 so that I don't have to go without them if I ever miss it earlier in the day. But it's good habit to wash them, at least your pillowcases regularly. It's better for your skin that way. And I find that if I wash my bed sheets later in the day rather than when I wake up in the morning, I can't go to bed because I'm not comfortable in my bare mattress. That's my approach. I don't know if that's like a weird approach, but that's how I make it work. That's how I make it work. Because I physically cannot get comfortable until I'm in my sheets. I'm seeing a mixed consensus here, or not. It's the opposite of consensus. I'm getting mixed signals here. It seems you think that it's a smart and wise approach, but you also think that it's weird, and I'm weird. That's what I'm getting from this. Yeah, that's what works for me. That's what works for me. Trust me, I've had many occasions honestly more than I can count in my life where I've had to fix my schedule by just staying up rather than going to bed earlier. I never manage to go to bed earlier if that's what I need to do. I have to go to bed later instead. And I've picked up a lot of tricks. I've picked up a lot of hacks, and that's the one that seems to work the best for me. But that's just, I don't know, I get a little too sensitive to lay in my bare mattress. It's one of those that's kind of like itchy on its own. I don't want to lay on that. I need my silky sheet. It's not silk, but it's very smooth. What time do you sleep early? Or wait, hold on. What time do you normally sleep? I mixed 2 messages together. It depends. It's kind of tragic actually. If I was in 100% control of my life and perfect at everything ever, I would be going to bed at I think midnight. My time would be best, because then I get to go to bed early enough that I'm waking up for the sun. And I'm not missing a bunch of my day, but also I'm up late enough that I'm not totally lost to my friends. This is where the tragedy kicks in. I usually, for my health, will actually go to bed. I'll go to bed as early as 8 or 9, and then I'll wake up really early. But then what happens is I deliberately mess it up. I stay up all night because all my friends are freaks and they don't like to sleep at normal hours. Either that or they're in other parts of the world, so I have to counteract the time zone. So I end up staying up all night. And so my life is just a constant flux of sleeping really early and waking up really early. And then, you know, going to bed as the sun is rising because I just really miss my friends. It's really difficult. Yeah, the things we do for love, right? When do you wake up then? Usually if I'm doing it consistently and I've not messed it up recently, I'll actually sleep close to like 10 hours, sometimes 12-ish. I'm a long sleeper when I'm in my prime, but if I'm interrupting it, that's when it starts to get complicated. That's when I start sleeping in multiple naps. So this morning I actually woke up at like 6, tried to fall asleep again after, but I just ended up laying in bed imagining things that I want to do later. So I didn't fall back asleep. So I've been awake since 6 a.m. It is now 6 p.m. So 12 hours now, which is why I'm a little sleepy. But I'll be just fine. I'll be just fine. Splatoon is one of those things that it energizes me sometimes in a bad way. It makes me a little crazy. I start getting scared sometimes, depending on what mode I'm playing. Yeah, it'll energize me and get me through the rest of the day that I need, so that I can stay awake to get my I almost said my clothes, my bed sheets out of the dryer, and to finish that secret task. Early riser, damn. Yeah, I don't know. Nothing makes me feel better than when I see the sun rising outside. It just feels good. Just feels good. But I guess it's not good to wake up that early unless you have to for like work or whatever. So yeah, I think what I'd like to do is I'd like to push for, just so that I'm not missing collabs and stuff, I want to push gradually for a 1 to 2 a.m. bedtime so that I'm still waking up early enough in the day, but you know, I can be there for all these late night collaborations because everybody's got to be up all night. That's where I start to become a grandma, I guess. I don't know. I used to be the opposite. When I was younger, I'd be staying up all night to reclaim the time that I lost in the day. And I find that I get more work done at night, and I get better work done at night as well because there are less interruptions. But I don't know. I also just find that I'm at my best health when I'm waking up really early, and when I'm sleeping the whole night, I just feel the best that way. So I want to try to find a nice middle ground of like not sacrificing my health for streaming, but also being awake at the times that are good for me to be awake for like collabs and stuff. I don't know. It's such a platitude at this point when people are in bad health to tell them to get better sleep, but it's genuinely like a hack. It's a life hack. It makes everything better. If you sleep, that's like half of the recipe. The other half is going outside. I know you don't want to hear it, but that's really the answer. I'm so sorry to say this to you. No, FOMO is the realest thing ever. I get the worst FOMO ever. I get like devastating, catastrophic level FOMO. So that's another thing that will often result in, as I mentioned, it will get me to mess up my schedule for others because I miss people. I just miss people too bad. I feel left out. Hello, Uki-senpai. What's that smile supposed to communicate? I'm getting the vibe that you're not smiling at me. What's behind the smile? What will I see if I take away the mask? That's what the point of the mask is? Question mark. I'm gonna take a sip of my tea. Oh, I remembered, because I remember you asked yesterday what kind of tea tasted like perfume. I won't name the brand because I love to like talk positively about a brand that I really like. I think that's a cool thing to do. I don't think I'd like to talk bad about any brands. I don't think that's very epic. So I'm going to avoid doing that if I did not like a tea or if I said something bad about it, you know. So I won't name the brand, but I will say the flavor. It was actually a chamomile tea, which is weird because I normally like chamomile. But this one in particular, this particular brand's chamomile, it tastes like perfume. What kind of perfume did it taste like, though? It just tasted like perfume. It's like, this is what I imagine perfume in my mouth would feel like. You know what I mean? Just very sharp, and it kind of tastes like this. Do you know what I mean? When I don't know if that makes any sense at all. But yeah. No, I usually love chamomile. I think it's a really, really good tea. Especially if you're like new to trying different teas. I think it can be a really relaxing one. At least that's what I've heard. Yeah, it just tasted very like I guess dry. Like it made me feel thirstier after I finished it, which is weird for any kind of beverage, I would think. Surprisingly, I understand what you mean. Powdery? I don't know about powdery. It just felt, as a liquid, it felt very dry. Does that make sense? Like, it made me feel dry. I felt dehydrated. I felt like, you know that episode of SpongeBob where he sells a bunch of chocolates and there's the one grandma lady and her mom is still among the living and she looks like a little raisined shrimp in her little chair? That's what I felt like when I drank it. I liked it, but I didn't love it. It was a little weird. My tea for today though is a ginger tea. I think it had a special name. It was like Fireside Spice or something like that, and it's really, really good. I think ginger can be a bit strong for most people though, so I recommend it, but with caution. I don't know if everybody would like it like I do. Yeah, I find it very like I like anything that will really warm me up, make me feel nice. And ginger is also one of those where it might be placebo, but it's like I feel it working. Oh my gosh, hello Fitty Fitty, welcome. Thank you so much for stopping by. Ginger is good. Actually, I had a cup of ginger when I was out with the boys once. I don't know if you remember that, Fitty Fitty. But it was a good one. That one. Yeah, I'm trying a new brand right now, and I like it so far. I've been getting more sampler tea packs lately. I'm trying to find more teas other than just drinking only throat coat. I found my favorite, and then I didn't want to drink anything else anymore. And I don't think that's any great or ideal way to live. Okay. I'm gonna go ahead and set up the game for today, but I must apologize. I'm gonna have to put you on a BRB screen for like 30 seconds to do it, okay? I'm gonna have to put you on a BRB screen for 30 seconds because otherwise you're gonna have to see all the nasty behind the scenes stuff of me not having it ready on start because I have to use another monitor for this, so that requires a little bit of reconfiguration. Hope you don't mind. So yeah, I'm gonna put you on the BRB screen, which is basically just a loading screen with a slightly different text, and then I will see you again in about a minute, maybe less if I'm really fast. All right, don't go anywhere. You better not. I'm watching. Okay, I'll be right back. Hello. Sorry for the wait. Okay, this should be good. Let me know if there are any issues. It'll be a little bit difficult for me to transition to this because this is my first time using this. The monitor that I normally was going to use and that I tested a bunch before is no longer working at all. So now I'm borrowing one. Borrowing a new one from a sibling who had one to spare. I'll be trying to get a new one very soon, like within the next month or two, but we'll see if this works for now. Let me know if the volume is okay. I haven't had the time to do a sound test. It should be okay though, because it's the same settings as Breath of the Wild, and the games are roughly equal in volume, I should think. Yeah, don't be scared to let me know. Following the same system I mentioned before, where it's like, what is the word I'm looking for? Like the system we established of the up arrows and the check marks. Okay for now. All right, the game might get a little louder. Don't be afraid to let me know. So here's the system for the uninitiated. If the game is way too loud, send me a bunch of down arrows. If it's way too quiet, send me a bunch of up arrows. Just a little bit, only send one. And if it's just right, send me a check mark. Up a little? Okay. Excuse me looking off to the side. This is where my sound panel is. We'll do 1 decibel. Okay. Are we good? I'm getting mixed signals here. Okay, down. All right. Let me see. You're not using the graph I made for you? I did, but then when I had it, everyone was like, it's too loud! So I got scared. So now I just do this each time. I'm gonna figure out a perfect balance in the future. Sorry. I'm sorry, this must hurt you so bad to watch. This must hurt you so bad to watch. I'm sorry, Frio. I'm sorry to betray you like this. Okay. Looks good. All right, thank you so much for helping me check. All right. You lip sync, we drip ink. Hey. Sure, fine. Bing, bam. Let's see the current battle stages. I'm gonna skip this. Yippee! I'm a squib. I wonder what kind of weapon do I use? What do you think? What's the bet? I saw people speculating when I was setting up the stream. What do you think it is? What kind of main am I? Sounds good. Oh, thank you so much. I know I can trust you when you say that. All right, thank you so much. Can you make their noises? Well, like brush user, dualies for sure. Sniper. I did actually use dualies on Splatoon 2. I had a big phase with I think it was the Tetra. Was it Tetra dualies? The little red ones with the black nozzle. I remember. I think when we hadn't had our debut streams yet, or this might have. It was either that or it was the night after, when we were calling and getting to know some of our senpai. I remember Splatoon came up, and Reimu senpai asked, "What kind of weapon did you main?" And I got a little nervous to say it. And she said, you know, don't worry, it's okay as long as you're not a roller. I'm ashamed to report. Ashamed to report. I'm a silly roller user. I just like it. I don't know. I tried sniper a bunch when I still played Splatoon 1, but I find that I really struggle to aim. My hands aren't very steady. So I find that it's a lot easier for me to use the rollers, especially in this game. Because in this game, instead of just, you know, having this as your range of attack, you can do this. And I find that a slow aim like that, I just find it easier to balance it because there's a slight delay on when it gets sent through. I find it easier to do that. I can't handle any of the guns. I struggled so bad. Yeah, I also just love the look of it. This is where I get really embarrassing, right? I know that you should be assembling your outfits and your weapon combos based on meta, probably. You should be thinking about the stats that are attached to them and whether they amplify your kit, but I just want to be fresh. I just want to look good. It is like a great sword. It is like a great sword. When I'm not using this, I actually like to use some of the Splatanas because they're like swords, but with ink. Yeah, no, I mostly just use the Flingza roller. I find it the most fun. Look good over meta. That's what I'm saying. I just want to look cute. Period. That's just the way it should go. And I really enjoy like the Penta missiles as well. I find those best as far as the ults go. I like to just kind of keep to myself, and I like to keep to myself and shoot from afar. So I just find that this one in particular matches my outfit the best and also matches my playstyle the best. All right, we're just gonna do regular battles for today. I'm too scared to do ranked, at least right now, because I haven't played in a long time. I've not played in a long time. I think the last time I actively played, like actively played, was almost a year and a half ago. Last time I played at all was during the Final Fest last year. I think it was last year. Yeah, I'm pretty sure that was like mid to late last year was the Final Fest where they had the Coachella moment. Have you played previous Splatoon games? I played all of them. I've been there since day one. Yeah, I need to like refresh myself and get good at the game again. Yeah, I see you've noticed my little nickname. I'm Debonear. I thought it'd be cute. I want to try to claim the name Debonear whenever I can in these games. Which one is your favorite? Easily Splatoon 3. I just think that with each game they optimize a lot of the gameplay, and I find that I like a lot of the newer outfits as the games progress. So yeah, Splatoon 3 is my favorite, but I will say as far as like characters and music and stuff, Splatoon 2 is on top for me. I love Off the Hook. I think they're the best idol MCs of all. Where are they? What is Debonair? Oh, I see. I guess not everybody's caught on. So during the JP watch along for the By the Beat debut streams, right? There was it was Oliver Senpai, Shu Senpai, Petra Senpai, and Kotoka Senpai, and they were watching the debuts live and kind of explaining what was going on in Japanese for JP viewers. And I remember that Shu Senpai was kind of coining nicknames for everybody. And I think my nickname, or not my nickname, my name, Kaelix Debonair, is a little difficult to remember for Japanese viewers sometimes. So the one that stuck of all the nicknames that were pulled out was Debonair, which is literally just like debonair but cut off and then with a circle at the end. People say that it kind of gets across this round image, which, you know, I think it makes sense, doesn't it? I guess I am kind of round in personality. Rotund soul. Oh my gosh. I'm almost getting whiplash seeing some of this stuff again. I miss this game so bad. Yeah. Woo! Jump scare. But yeah, Debonair is now like a nickname that is stuck for Japanese viewers. Salmon run to today or next time? I really might. I will say, because in Splatoon 2, I was able to rank up to S at least. In Splatoon 3, I've only ever managed to get up to S-. I'm not as good at ranking up in Splatoon 3. I find that I always get so close to S standard, and then I always flop at the last minute where you have to get the 3 battles without losing more than once. I think it's more than once. But with Salmon Run, I stay in Executive VP, which is the highest one. I'm a bit better at Salmon Run. In general, I just find that I'm a bit of a team player in games like these. So I find that in modes where it's like player versus enemy rather than player versus coordinated players, I tend to perform a bit better. Please! Mind your business. Mind your business, Kaelix. That was a little too close to the sun. Where are they coming from? There you are. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I love Splatoon. I've been following the franchise for a long time. I get very invested in the characters and the story and the aesthetics. And I also really love the music. I unironically listen to some of this music when I'm not playing the game. Like, I have the Nintendo Music app on my phone where you connect your Nintendo Online account. Yatta! We win! You connect your Nintendo Online account to your phone, and you can listen to a bunch of in-game BGM and stuff. It's kind of like Spotify, but for Nintendo games. I like to pull that up and listen to music, and a lot of it that I listen to is from Splatoon. I love the bands. I love the idol groups. How about the clock they put out? I really thought about it. I was really tempted. I was really tempted to try out the clock and see if it would help me, because I find that I'm really bad at waking up to my alarms. I always sleep through them. It's a really big weakness. Nasty Majesty is in fact goated. It is one of the best, I feel, or at least one of the most iconic. It's not my favorite by far, but I think it's one of the best objectively. It's just banger. It is just banger. Main the Reflux. I love the name. Favorite weapon? Ultimate? Easily Tenta missiles. Easily Tenta missiles. I love to like lock onto them. I remember when I played in Splatoon 1, I don't remember exactly which weapon it was, but I loved the original Ink Strike. Ink Strike works differently now because you don't have the gamepad anymore. But it used to be that when you launched your Ink Strike, instead of 3 smaller ones, it was 1 really big one, and you would click a point on your map. You could be at your home base, and you could click the other home base if you wanted to, like the enemy base, and it would just assault them. I loved it. I loved it so bad. Communication error has to happen at least once, or it isn't Splatoon. Honestly, I think it might just be me. My internet is like debuffed beyond debuffed. Like, I'm just barely scraping bare minimum when it comes to connection for a streamer. So I hope to upgrade in the future. Yeah, my internet is not the best. So when it comes to especially console games like these, because my Switch is not wired, it's on Wi-Fi right now. I may struggle to stay connected sometimes until I've worked all that out. Don't have Aussie internet though. I guess there is that. I've heard the nightmare stories about that. Splatoon. Woo! Splatoon fun. I've been debating on getting it. I highly recommend it. I think it's very fun. I think there's a lot for a bunch of people. I don't think it's got something for everybody per se. For example, like if you are really anti player versus player in any context, you might not enjoy Splatoon. Because the main feature of the game is, you know, all these battles, like these turf wars, the ranked battles, things like that. If you don't like more intensive games or more energetic games at all, then you also might not like it. But I feel like that usually would describe me, right? Like I feel like I'm the type that gets kind of overwhelmed by really intensive or competitive games. But I love Splatoon. I find it very, very fun. So I think it's worth a try. Gotta have a Nintendo online membership. Yeah, that is the one caveat. Because it's like online play against other people, or against the like online team play against the computer, you do need an online membership to play. I think it's very worth it though. I think an online membership is very worthwhile if you play even just a couple games on the Switch that use it. I think it's it's got a lot that it offers. It also has like the virtual consoles, which is pretty cool. The emulators for older ones. I'm thinking of upgrading to the Online Plus membership soon enough so that I can play some of the 64 games. I really thought about doing it early so I could play Majora's Mask, but I decided to save it for a bit later. It's too special to me to do it right on day one. Know nothing about Splatoon? I'll walk you through it baby bone style. So it may seem a little chaotic based on what you're looking at right now, but the goal is actually very simple. You are put on one of two teams. Each team is assigned an opposite color. Sorry. They really just plotted out my path there. Did you see that? Anyway, as I was saying, this is a very common game, isn't it? Your goal is very simple. Your goal is just to cover the map with as much of your color as possible. The problem there is that the other team has the opposite goal. They want to cover it with as much of their color as possible. So you have a conflict of interest, right? So you meet in the center and you just take each other out one at a time and see who can further their objective the most. Now that's just for turf wars, which is the main mode of the game. I think it's the most fun as well, but a lot of people actually prefer the ranked battles, which they introduced like puzzles and extra features and stuff. It's like PUBG except no K-wording. Yeah, pretty much. Pretty much. It's basically like a lot of those games like Valorant and just any big team-based PvP, team v team kind of game. It's just a lot cuter and the objective is a lot simpler. For example, your objective isn't always just to get on the other side. Let's go! Your objective is not always to get to the other side and take out as many people as possible. Sometimes your goal should be to just stay on your own and stay away from your teammates to cover as much as you can that they're missing. I love when they do the little fist bump. It's always so cute. Yeah, I love Splatoon. It kind of it appeals to me because I get a little overwhelmed by normal team versus team type games. I'm very bad at enjoying FPS games. I'd like to try one though. I'd like to get good enough that I can enjoy one in the future. Yeah, because the objective is a bit simpler and because you're able to like adopt slightly different play styles, I find that it's a little bit more welcoming to me. Yeah, that's the main game mode. The ranked ones are pretty fun. There's one where it's called Tower Control. That's the one that it's either my favorite or my second favorite. I like two a lot, but Tower Control, you stand on this little tower and it moves. It's kind of like a tower on wheels, except there aren't actual wheels, but it moves. And when you stand on it, it moves towards the other enemy's teams, like the enemy team's base. And your goal is to get it all the way to the end. And then the opposite is true for them. When they stand on it, it moves towards yours. And so that's a game mode where getting the other people splatted, you know, that's the word for taking people out in this game. Splatting everybody is basically your main goal so that there's plenty of space and so that one of your teammates, or if you're the teammate that does it, so that somebody on your team can stand on the tower and get to the other side. Another really fun one that I really, really love that appeals to me in ways that are less overwhelming is just simple splat zones. It's very similar to Turf Wars in that your goal is actually just to cover the map, right? But it's not the entire map is what's different. It's a specific singular plot of land in the center, and it's a lot smaller. So everyone is kind of cramped together in one spot. which means you see a bit more combat. You see a bit more combat than Turf Wars, and I really enjoy it. I find it easier for me to manage. Where are you? I'll take it. Or a split two-piece zone. That's true. There are some maps like the one that's in like the glass terrarium type place. I don't remember what that one's called. Is it the museum or I forget the name? But there's one that it splits it into two halves, and you have to hold both of them in order for it to progress. What are the other modes? There's one called Clam Blitz, which they introduced in Splatoon 2, and it's been carried on to this game, where it's a lot like basketball, but instead of playing with basketballs, you play with clams. And when you collect 10 clams, I think, either 8 or 10, I don't play that one as often, so I don't remember as well. But when you collect enough clams, maybe it's even 7. Please. When you collect enough clams, it will make a football. It will make like a football, and you throw the football into their other, like into the other team's basket, just like in basketball, right? You throw footballs at the basket. That's not basketball. And then it will open it, and then you can throw clams into it. And the goal is to throw as many clams in as possible. Clam Blitz is pretty fun if you're in the right mood, but I get a little overwhelmed by it. And then I think the other one, I think there are just 4 in Splatoon 3. And I like this one too, because this is one that's really fun if you're able to carry. And if I'm ever like really in the zone, this is the one that I like to play. It's called Rainmaker, where in Rainmaker, it's another like objective advancement type where you're just trying to further your objective to the other side. But instead of a tower that you stand on or like a zone that you splat, it is just this little weapon called the Rainmaker. And it's super overpowered, but it's also kind of hard to use. It has a really slow charge. It one-shots everybody, and it can do it from a distance, but you can be very vulnerable when you're aiming it if they get close enough. So with Rainmaker, one person carries it. Only one person can have it at a time. And when they lose it, they die. Or vice versa. When they die, they lose it. It's one of the harder ones. Yeah, Rainmaker is one of the hardest ones, I think. I don't play it quite as often as Splat Zones and Tower Control, but it can be pretty fun. Whoosh! I hate when I can't get in my one last splash. It's like getting in the last laugh, you know? Ha ha ha. Ha ha ha. Sorry. Let's go! I love to win. What do you think of Side Order? I loved Side Order. I enjoyed it a lot. But I especially enjoyed it because of the lore ties to... Oh, they got a fist bump. By the way, the fist bump means that you two in particular did the best in your team. So it's kind of like a reward if you do really well and you're in the fist bump. I think the requirements for a fist bump are 2 players next to each other in a row that both have 3 gold medals for that match. But anyway, I really loved the lore tie-in to the Octo expansion from Splatoon 2. I think that's my favorite story or like piece of lore about Splatoon just as a franchise. It has my favorite characters. It has my favorite... I love the whole the movement with the Octarian society. I love everything about it. Main weapon, that would be the Flingser Roller right here. It kind of looks like a quill. Makes me think of Ike Senpai. Yeah, I'm a big fan of Side Order. I enjoyed it a lot. It activated a very dangerous feedback loop in my brain of like risk and reward. Oh, is my explanation making you want to try it out? I hope so. I think everyone should play Splatoon at least once if they can shell out enough to just try it. What I really recommend is maybe like seeing if you have a friend that has it to try it, because it would be kind of sad if you invested in it and then didn't want to play it after your first time. I feel like it's I don't know, when it comes to full budget games, I feel like it can be pretty rough to test out. But if you get the opportunity to sample it, I highly recommend it. I feel like you'd get addicted if you give it enough time. And I don't even think it's one of those games where it's like it gets good around hour 700, which I am very prone to saying. I'm like, you gotta hold out. I promise. When you're 700 hours in, it'll be so fun. I promise. I swear. You gotta hold out. But Splatoon is one of those that's like, I feel like you get the gist of it pretty quick, at least in my opinion. Though my perspective may be a little warped though, because I've been playing since Splatoon 1, as I mentioned. Scary. Oh yeah. PvP is pretty nerve-wracking though. You play with gyroscope? Yes. Yes, I cannot control a joystick for the life of me in that way. It's too... The game is too fast for me to do joystick. I think the closest thing to a joystick, other than gyroscope, that I could play with would be like a keyboard and mouse. But you're not going to be able to do that for a Splatoon game. At least not this one. That would be so cool, though. I wonder if they'll ever release a Splatoon game that works like that. It makes me especially curious about the Switch 2, right? Because something that they've revealed about the Switch 2, I think, is that it has that little sensor on the side where it attaches to the Switch. So a lot of people are speculating that you'll be able to hold the Joy-Con sideways, like a mouse, which opens up a lot of really cool applications in other games. That was closer than I thought it was. Okay, it was fine in the end. Oh, it scared me so bad. That was, it was all for naught. That was a really close save and it was for nothing. Yeah, it makes me really, really curious about how it might look in the future. Let's hope it doesn't have drift. I wouldn't think it would, honestly. I think they addressed it even in more recent versions of the Switch. Yeah. If you get a newer release Joy-Con, I think it's not as prone to the drift issues. I personally have never experienced it, and I have a day one console. So I don't know. I'm also not much of a sweaty gamer, so it could just be that I haven't, you know, my Joy-Con might not be well loved enough, even if I've used them for thousands of hours. Lock in. Okay. Yeah, I have heard that a lot of people, like I've known many, many people that have experienced drift, so I may be an outlier. I guess I'm just a little gentle. I'm a little gentle with the way that I handle my stuff. I don't like to be too rough in general with my things. I don't want to break anything. All right, let's see. How'd we do? Do you like Salmon Run? That is the one that I do the most, actually. That's the one that I'm the best at. I may actually, like, I think I may save it for another day because I get really, really scared with Salmon Run, and I will scream if I play Salmon Run. Like a lot more than I already am, which is admittedly too much. Let's go! We got the fist bump! I love that. I love being an MVP. Feels good. Yeah, I think I want to save Salmon Run for another time when I don't have to record as much. Because I'm still trying to balance a little bit of recording before and after my streams so that I can stay caught up on everything I want to do. Did you do the last big run? No, I missed it, and I'm really upset about it. I'm really, really upset about it because I was really looking forward to it. And then the day came, and I forgot to set a reminder in my calendar, so I just forgot. I just totally missed it. It's not even that I was too busy. I could have delegated the tasks that went on during that event to happen after the event, but I didn't because I forgot. Your Inkling's blue eyes are scary? What, you don't like his eyes? They look just like my eyes, so when you're insulting his eyes, guess what? Is he that scary? Look at him. I think he looks cute. I was so torn on the hairstyle, by the way. I was torn when I was setting up my character. I was torn between this one and the one where it's got like the fried side bangs. You know what I mean? Oh my goodness, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, welcome. Oh my goodness, now I'm shy. Now I'm shy. I gotta lock in. I gotta look cool. I gotta look cool if it's veemo senpai. She's really good at this game, and she's a sniper too. She flamed me for being a roller user. Did you have fun? What did you do today? I missed it. I'm not sure what you did today. You gotta get me up to date. Show her your roller. Yeah, look, get a load of it. Get a load of it. Isn't this true prime gaming? Aren't I a gamer? Are you proud of me? I gotta do a good job. I can't flop here. I gotta impress my senpais. I will not impress my senpais. Oh, Final Fantasy! I see your Final Fantasy streams are so fun. Ooh. Ooh. Ah! Okay, I thought that was something else. I thought that was another ult. Scared me much more than it should have. Lock in! Lock in! Oh gosh. You ain't locking in. Don't make fun of me. Don't make fun of me. I'm just a little guy and it's my birthday. Okay, it's my birthday. It's not my birthday. I like to say that whenever I'm getting picked on. You can't do that to me. I'm just a little guy. I'm a little guy and it's my birthday. Oh God. This is kind of embarrassing. No, the real tragedy is that I actually forget to use the birthday card whenever it's my actual birthday, whenever November rolls around. Or maybe it's just that people are nice to me on my birthday. Yeah, I saw it in a, I don't even remember. I don't remember if it was like a Twitter post or a Tumblr post, but it was a billion years ago, and it stuck with me for a long time. Oh, this is embarrassing. This is grim. It's not looking good. It is not looking good. Maybe I can blame it on the team comp. Am I gonna be one of those players? Like, we got 2 brushes. That's why it happened, because we had 2 brush users. We had no long range. No, it's okay. We can still save this. Lock in. Oh! That's rough, buddy. Oh, God. Blame everyone else. You excited for the Switch 2? So excited. There are a lot of games that I'm actually deliberately saving for the Switch 2. For example, I don't want to play Animal Crossing until I'm on the Switch 2. I wanted to play it on day 1, but I knew that I'd have more fun if I started on the Switch 2. It'd be like a fun way to commemorate it. Though there may also be like a launch title that I wanna play instead before Animal Crossing, so I don't know yet. Yeah, I'm definitely excited. Definitely excited. More than I can articulate, honestly. Let's go! That was not my win, though. I contributed next to nothing to that one. That was not my best. I gotta lock in. I gotta do better. I gotta reignite my past skills. I was never that great at the game, though. I am just slightly better than average sometimes. Excited for the new Mario Kart? Me too! Me too, I love Mario Kart. I just hope that I can play as Baby Kong. I love Baby Kong. I paid for the Mario Kart DLC for the most recent Mario Kart. Which number is it? Is it 8? Mario Kart 8 Deluxe? Yeah, I think it's 8 because I can hear him in my head going, Mario Kart 8! You know what I mean? I can hear it in my head. Yeah, I paid for that whole DLC pack. Never played through any of the cups. I just bought it so that I could play as Baby Kong when I played with my friends. Because he's my favorite Mario adjacent character. But he's not always included, so a lot of the time I default to Mr. Bonky Kong. Alright, let's go. Lock in. Oh, kind of embarrassing. Look at me. I'm surrounded by the actual gun users. Which one is your favorite Mario Kart? I think Mario Kart DS is the one that I played the most. Yeah, I think Mario Kart DS is the one that I played the most, and it has some features that I kind of miss. I really loved, for example, in Mario Kart DS, there was a really cute feature where you could draw a little design. There was like a little design program that you could draw in, and it would go on your car as like a decal. That was the worst time to use that special. That was the worst time, Mr. Kaelix. You gotta lock in. But yeah, I really miss that feature. I'd love to see something like that again. It's kind of similar to, if you're familiar with the tailoring feature in Animal Crossing, where you make your own custom outfits and stuff. It's kind of like that, but instead of an outfit, it goes on a car, on your little cart or your bike. I just think it's a cute way to represent yourself. He ain't locking in. Be nice to me! Be nice to me! I tapped the sign. No, I gotta refresh my memories. I'm so rusty. Though I will say, like to speak on a more serious note rather than just being goofy about it, There is a slight debuff when it comes to commentating over any game. I'm at a point where I can like turn my brain off on the game so that I can carry the conversation well enough. But you know, that means I'm using less of my brain power on the game. So I perform at about 50 to 75% capacity depending on the game. Woo! Where are you? Give me the all four. Give me the. I got all four. That counts. That counts. That counts. That counts. That was a wipeout. That was a wipeout, right? That was good. That felt good. You're better than this sometimes, actually. I think that most of the time my win rate is about half, which is great for me. It's great for me because I'm not very good at competitive games in general. Yeah, I'm not a true gamer. I play games all the time and I love games, but that does not make me good at games, I fear. It's like the time I spend doesn't really equate to training in my case. I don't know if there's like a mindset change that would make that different or if it's just the way that I'm built. Ain't that just the way? Is that an over the garden wall reference? Ain't that just the way? Yeah, I'm not a sweaty gamer. I'm dry. Would that be the opposite of sweaty? No, I'm a sweaty gamer, but like literally sweaty. Like I'm not a tryhard, and if I try really hard, it doesn't really make a difference most of the time. But a lot of these games stress me out and they make me sweat. Like my palms are wet right now. Yeah, I'm just sweaty. Let's go! Anxiety gamer. Yeah, that's pretty apt, I'd say. I love to win. Feels so good. I think we're doing pretty good, actually. We're doing pretty good right now. Have we lost a single game yet? That feels pretty good. And I'm getting mostly gold on these. That's pretty good for me, actually. I feel like I usually am. If I'm trying to like talk while doing this, like if I play while on the phone, I flop hard. Like I'm usually lucky to get all 3 silvers. I'm kind of goat. No. There are some true goats when it comes to Splatoon out there, and that's not me. I would kind of like to try and make it a goal to get really, really good at a competitive game though, and I would be willing to include this as one of those. Because this is one that I think maybe if I worked really, really, really hard, I'd be able to get legitimately good at it. Whereas with my other ones that I've thought about, like when I think about getting good enough to play Valorant casually or socially, I don't ever imagine getting good at the game per se. I just imagine getting decent enough that I'm not holding my friends back, you know? Roller your favorite weapon? For this game it is. It depends on the game. Yeah, they added a really important change in this game to the roller that made me more willing to use it, and then I became obsessed with it. Show us your locker? Oh, of course. I'll show you that one whenever we take a break. Yeah, I want to take a break in a few battles so I can finish off my tea since it should have cooled off by now. And then I want to get right back into it. Yeah, I can show you my locker then, I think. It's kind of cute. I have a Kensa theme. I just like Kensa in general. I should have spot checked. Can't use the roller. The way you play is very good. Oh, you think so? You think so? Thank you so much. Thank you for the praise. I definitely won't let that go to my head. You always say this, but then you prove you're cocky. But I mean it though. I don't know. It's not even just me being humble. It's just me like knowing what the ceiling really is out there. Woo! Oh, they saved me. Oh, thank goodness they fixed this. I don't know if you were there for it, but when they first added that ult, because that ult came in the middle of the game. When they first added it, it looked very different. The one that desaturates all your colors. It used to be like, how do I describe this? It was like a stark invert color kind of situation. Not invert color, but like it went stark grayscale and it was really bright. And something about that just totally hit the off switch for me. It's like I would just stop dead in my tracks because I couldn't process what was happening. It was the most overwhelming thing ever. It was like the perfect counter for Kaelix. Oh, it was controversial? I had no idea. I can see why though, if other people experienced it the way that I did. So I'm very glad that they listened and changed it. Yeah, I feel like now it is good as an ult that like is still effective against people, but not debilitating, right? Here, it looks like you guys are getting cooked. I'd say it's a fair game. Look at that. I need to super jump more. I generally avoid super jumping. My rule for super jumping is that you shouldn't do it unless someone is a little far from the, what is the word? The front lines, you could say. Like the center. So sometimes the center is no longer the center. So I guess front lines might be the most accurate. The border. All right, might as well charge in if they're gonna do that. Or when you have stealth jump, that's a good one. That's a good one to have. I personally just like ninja squid when it comes to those. I like ninja squid. I like to slip into my ink and go unnoticed. I like that one. All right, let's see. Can we keep this? Because if we keep it exactly as it is right now, we'll win for sure, right? But I feel like I've pulled off and lost even worse, like even greater advantages and disadvantages before, so. Oh, I thought I could get them. I was so close. You see that? They're covered. Useful for chargers? That's true. Oh, this is anybody's game, isn't it? Is it ours? Let's go! I love to win. Oh, I love to win. Let's go! Yatar! Oretachi wa shouja! Alright. Okay, I'll do one more and then I'll take a break and show you my locker. Okay, let me check on something really quick. I got a notification for something. Where are you? Make sure I'm not missing anything important. It's Frio again with the good questions. Okay. Alright. We won! We won! I win! What is that? Is that a... That's from like the Zelda cartoon, right? Or is it the CDI game? I can't remember which one it's from. Wow! I win! Or how does he say it? I won! I won! Yeah, that's it. That's it. That's it. That's what I was thinking. I mix up the CDI games and the cartoons sometimes. Those can be so silly. Excuse me, princess. Winning streak on your birthday. It's not my birthday. No, it's only my birthday when I'm inconvenienced or bullied. You got to remember that, all right? when I'm being treated kindly or when I'm bawling, it's no longer my birthday. That's just what I pull out whenever I want to look pitiful so that people like rear back and you know, go easy on me. You can't do that. I'm just a little guy. I'm just a little guy and it's also my birthday. Oh god. What's your problem? Where are they? Where's the rest of you? Where's the rest of you? Woo! Woo! Wow, 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 wow. Meow, 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 meow. Would you do a Splatoon song if you could? I want to make a Splatoon fan song someday if I can. I want to do it because I can't show you, but I've actually experimented with the mixing style before to make it sound like I have the Splatoon-y voice. The approach is actually kind of simple. What you do is you do a really fast-moving automated LFO plugin, which might mean nothing to you. I understand that may be just total jargon, but you combine that with like a slower one that wobbles more slowly. And then you brighten your tone when you record. And then sometimes you can also raise the format, like apply a raised format shifter. No! I was like just a half a second late. Yeah, it's really fun. It's really fun. I've rendered quite a few little tests like that just as a self-indulgent thing because it makes me really happy. I'm very normal about the music in this game. I genuinely think that little effect that they have where it sounds like they're gargling water is just really cool. And I think music needs to be fun. I think I miss when musicians had fun. No, I'm joking. Let's go, booyah! Oh! Oh! You can back off. You can back up now. Where are you? Did you super? Oh, it just super jumped. Okay. I was like, what was that? Mario Galaxy has my favorite Nintendo music. Me too, actually. One of my like top 3 Nintendo tracks ever is from Super Mario Galaxy. I think it's from Super Mario Galaxy 2. It wouldn't really make much sense to hum it right now, but it's the one that plays at the observatory, where it's like ba ba dam, ba dam bam, ba dam bam bam bam. I love it so much. That one makes me cry if I'm in the right mood. Can we keep it? Can we keep it? Can we keep it? Please, can we keep it? That would be so epic. Oh, please. Oh, please. Can we please keep it? All right, please. Please, 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 please. Please don't kill my streak. Now I've got a streak going. Now I've got a streak going and I won't want to stop if I lose here. I think it's ours. I think we win. I won! Let's go! Let's go! Let's go! I love to win. Feels good. Ah, feels good. Ah. Yeah, I really love the Comet Observatory theme that goes da ba da 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 dum da 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 ba da 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 ba da ba da ba da ba ba da ba da ba ba. Okay. Here, I'm gonna, while I set something up, I'm gonna darken the game for a minute just to be extra sure that my locker is not really ugly. Because I might want to clean it up before I show you. I need to make sure it's cute. I need to make sure it's cute first. So give me a second. I want to show you my locker. I'm very proud of it. Okay, let me... Oh, I want to fix my boots in there, but... Okay, I'll show you my locker. As requested. Alright. I wanted it to match my outfit, and I most love the matching Kensa cosmetic outfits. So, I did a Kensa-themed locker. I have a little monochrome black and white with a red accent theme. And then a little sticky note on there with a silly doodle, because that's a doodle that I would draw, I think, if I were in this little world. And when I open it, it looks like this. Isn't it pretty? Kirei desho? Yeah, I really love the matching theme. I think it's fun to try and like shop specifically for items that will go towards this. But I don't know, I'd kind of like to make a new one that's like more yellow. And maybe as we play this game more, unless Splatoon 4 comes out and makes me never want to pick this game up again, I'd kind of like to like form a yellow outfit as well. I tried to set one up that would match my uniform for By the Beat as closely as possible. So I got like the little earring and I got my black fit. But I don't know, I love the color yellow, so I feel like it could be a fun one to coordinate with as well. All right, I'm just gonna put my little guy right here for now. Here, I'm gonna prop the controller up like this so that we just see his face, and I'm gonna sip some tea. I'm gonna sip some tea really quick. But feel free to tell me more if you didn't say anything earlier. How have you been lately? What have I missed? Or what are your thoughts on Splatoon so far if you're new to it? Are you new to it? Do you like it? Do you think you might want to try it? Do you think you might at least want to try the next Splatoon, Splatoon 4, which is definitely coming out? They haven't announced it. But you just know. You just know. No, maybe it's just wishful thinking on my part. Ah, so good. I love ginger tea. I got a sore throat. Do you have any T-Rex? Oh, okay. If it's a sore throat, I have 2 recommendations, okay? I might mispronounce the first one, but this is my go-to whenever I'm sick. I save this for when I lose my voice because I overuse it. It is a Chinese herbal throat syrup. It is called Ninjion Pepakwa. I think that's how it's pronounced, but I don't know if I got the tone or inflection right. If you type in N-I-N space J-I-O-M, you should get an auto-filled recommendation for it. Highly recommend that. That syrup is very effective. Just when you're sick, 1 full spoon a day, maybe 3 full spoons a day if you're really, really sick. No more than that, though. I'd stop at 3. And then for regular maintenance, it can help to put a little bit, like a teaspoon inside your drinks. Like I like to put some in my tea sometimes. The taste can be a little bit strong for some people, but I highly recommend it if you're looking for results. I honestly swear by it. And then as far as teas go, I really recommend Throat Coat's standard flavor, like original licorice with slippery elm. It's also very, very effective for throat recovery in my experience. It's my personal favorite. I also really like that one because it's not only effective, it also has a very neutral and slightly sweet taste, which I like because, I don't know, strong flavors, I like one every now and then, but when it comes to drinking something regularly, if it's really strong, I want to avoid it personally. Is your tea still warm? Yes, it's the perfect temperature now, thankfully. Because I had brewed it way too late. I usually will do it in advance. I'll start it up like 20 minutes before I start the stream. But today I was grappling really bad with my tech for today. I've been really struggling to get all my tech working properly. So I cut it really, really close. I set up the tea right as I set up the stream. But that's okay, because that means we can just share a cup now. How long do you steep your tea for? It depends on the tea. You should actually steep your tea differently depending on which type it is. Sometimes even which brand it is. But I personally, for Throat Coat especially, I just leave it in. I leave it in the whole time. I never take it out. I leave it in the entire time. I'm getting every single drop of it out. I'll steep it for like 15 minutes, and then I pull it out and I squeeze it with a spoon so I can squeeze out all the juices, and then I put it back in. I love it so much. I love it so much. Ginger, I also just leave it in. But I think ginger can be less strong if you steep it for a better time. But yeah, there are posted recommendations that you can find online for how long you should steep your tea based on the type it is. Yeah. The little bag thing. Yeah. It also depends on how much tea you're making. For example, you would steep it differently in a single mug than you would in, say, like a kettle if you're making a lot of tea for multiple people. Oishii. Do you usually have bag tea or do you sometimes have loose leaves? I've only tried loose leaves once and it was so much better, but I find that it's a bit inconvenient for me, so I usually will just opt for the convenience of bagged tea, personally. Yeah, if you're looking for a really good taste, there's nothing quite like loose leaves in a kettle with a strainer. And my kettle does thankfully have a strainer, so every now and then if I'm in for a treat, I will have the loose leaf approach. Loose leaf like paper. Do you have any snacks with your tea? Not right now. I prefer not to eat on stream personally, just because then I find it a lot harder to talk. But I do actually love to have little sweets with my tea. Today I had a chocolate cake with my tea. It was really nice. My mom made a cake on impulse after I made pasta last night, and there was some left over for me this morning. Yeah, Mrs. Debonair, very nice lady. How does it taste? This ginger is really strong, but I really, really like it. And it's honestly what I need right now because I've been recording a bit more. And as you may be able to imagine, recording alongside streaming can be a little intense on the throat. So it's very important to be careful. Very, very important to be careful. Thankfully, I picked up a lot of tips and tricks over the years, so I can maintain it pretty stably. The only real problem is when I go crazy and forget my limits, you know, and I push myself too hard because I have some preconceived notion that I need to do more or that I'm not doing enough. And it's usually not a very fair one, so I try to kick that logic to the curb. Do you put anything in your tea like sugar or cream? Very, very rarely if I'm just in it for the flavor, but most of the time it's for vocal maintenance more than flavor, so I prefer not to. Because sugar's not that great for your singing voice. It's not, I should say, you should not make a habit of just avoiding sugar all the time just because I say things like this. This is just like if you're a freak about trying to save your voice forever. I honestly go further than I realistically need to, so not all of my advice or like all the things that I mentioned should be heeded as a standard. Yeah. I like to just drink it as it is. It's better for your voice that way. I just find that I have to try a little bit extra hard when it comes to maintenance and care, just because I talk more than most. I use my voice more than everybody else in my life, and that means my voice is at greater risk, unfortunately. It's kind of grim. Okay, I didn't finish up my cup, so I'll have a little bit more later, but let's get back into it. I'm gonna do some more. What's my rank looking like? Oh yes, I love to see that. Okay, I love to see. I say rank, my ratio. I love when the ratio is at least half. That's what makes me happiest. Any other tips for protecting your voice? Best thing if you're at risk, specifically like if you're losing your voice actively, is just straight up rest. Don't talk if you don't have to. And when you do have to, keep it short, you know? Rest is number one. No remedy, no medicine, no tea, nothing will ever come even halfway to just resting your voice. That's everything. Anything I mention is basically like something that makes the rest more effective and makes it take a little bit less rest. Yeah, vocal rest is everything. Because usually the main cause of losing your voice is just straight up overusing it. Even when you're sick, a lot of the time the actual cause of losing your voice is just because you're coughing. Or because of the strain of mucus in your throat, you know? Any irritation, you just have to rest it off. I know it might not be like a very satisfying answer. Whoa. Trina's kind of different. Trina's built kind of different. Yeah, I know that's not the easiest answer. I've always been the type that loves a quick, easy, like, do this and it will be better instantly and you'll never have to deal with it ever again. But yeah, no, unfortunately it is the long road for any solution that means anything. You just gotta have patience and be very careful. In general, aside from that, like if you haven't just lost your voice, it's to just avoid doing anything that will make you lose your voice. For example, you should avoid one bad habit that I have that I'm still struggling to get rid of, that I think everybody in the entire world has, is clearing your throat. It feels good. It doesn't do good. Not good. Not a good habit. I know it feels very, very satisfying to just have a good but yeah, no. But again, all these things I'm saying only really apply if you're trying to protect like a certain singing quality. And I feel like I have to try extra hard as much as I talk. Yeah, it is a bit intense. I don't recommend this much for everybody. But aside from like clearing your throat, you should also avoid things like yelling or growling too much, things like that. Or like maybe be cautious if you go to like a concert. Enjoy yourself, but maybe don't yell the entire concert if you have to use your voice the next day. So I feel like going to a concert and like losing your voice for the rest of the week is a rite of passage. I can't say I've ever experienced it because I've never gone to a concert in real life, but I've known so many people who've told me the stories. I've had so many concert goer friends in my life. What if I love growling? Do you also love like living in a doghouse and having kibble for lunch? Saying tummy and yummy is bad for your voice also. So what I'm taking away from this video is that your heart is unyielding and full with hatred for Kaelix Debonair specifically. Why don't you love me? No, it's so sad. I genuinely do try not to say it when you're around it because I don't want to bother you. But also it's so ingrained in my vocabulary. I'm so sorry. I can't give it up. Yummy yummy in my tummy, right? Like oh my god, I think this might be our first L of the day. And after such a nice streak, no, it's okay. If we lock in, we can save this. We still got 20 seconds. Whoa! Lock in. Nope. Nope, I think we're done for. I think we're done for. I know you always say it's not an actual problem, but I still, you know, I want to try. I want to try. I don't know if you noticed, but the other day when I had like I had problems with my bowels. I got like tummy troubles. I straight up edited a message to you where I explained that to change the word tummy into the word stomach. That was for you. I hope you appreciated that. We had 8 games in a row. I knew it was too good to be true. I was never gonna keep that streak going that long. Hey, at least I got 3 gold though. That's pretty good. I'll take it. Yeah, I can't hide my whimsy. I cannot hide my whimsy. I don't know if this is like a toxic trait, but if I ever lose, I like to leave and go back so that I'm matched with other players. I don't know. I find that it gets me good results sometimes. It's morning in Japan, so I'm watching your stream for the first time. You and your stream make me happy. Ohaya. 来てくれてありがとう。来 てくれてありがとうございます。嬉しい。I will do my best. I'm gonna try to stream at some later times so that it's not super early for JST or Australia or SEA, Southeast Asia. I wanna, for example, I think Shashingo, I scheduled that for a later hour. Since I imagine since it's a Japanese related studying stream, right? It's probably better to be a little bit closer to noon. At least a little bit. I really appreciate you if you're watching from Australia, Japan, etc. Anyway, in spite of this debuff. I find that this like evening EDT period is just the best for my health. So that's what I'm sticking with for now. Alright. Japanese sounds so sweet. Ah, yasashi. No. No. I need to work more on forming cohesive thoughts. I need to become honmono pera pera. Pera pera janai desu kara. Where are you? Where'd you go? I was sure I got you. Meow meow meow. Meow 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 meow. Whoa! Oh my god, you're just like me! I can't even fault you for it. Finally have an EST friendly library. Maybe that's my grace. I feel like no matter when you stream, you're bound to be incompatible with somebody, right? But if it is rare to have an EST friendly library, then maybe I'll fill that niche. Japanese voice sounds pretty. Maji? I don't know. I think that's the Seiyu integration, not integration, immersion. The Seiyu immersion, because I mentioned. Whoa! Scary. I think I mentioned not too long ago, but a lot of the Japanese that I do know isn't from actual like hard work or study, unfortunately. As much as I'd be proud to admit it if it was. It's actually just from watching anime and listening to audio dramas and stuff. Because I really love a lot of Seiyu. And I'm very inspired by a lot of Seiyu, so a lot of the mannerisms that I pick up are just from Seiyu. For example, I find that if I'm not actively trying to avoid it, which on stream I honestly am, I'm trying to make my Japanese speaking voice sound more like my English speaking voice. I find that I get very breathy, like very, very soft. ちょっと怖いですね。怖いですね、この声。It's like I'm holding a knife. Jump scare. Whoa! Where'd you go? You can't hide from me. Oh! Oh! No! Oh, okay, now I'm the superior flinger roller, right? No, I guess that makes us equals because we've each gotten each other once. I gotta get the other flinger roller one more time within the next 36 seconds. And that'll make me the goated flinger roller for the game. Ooh. Oh! No! No, I'm the flop! I'm the flop flinger roller. I don't think so. Okay, now we're even. I don't know if anybody else does this in games like these where like you can each have similar roles or play the same character, but whenever I get got by somebody that plays the same way that I do or plays the same style or whatever, I find that I enter a sort of temporary vendetta. I enter like a grudge. I think that's what that word means. I get like a grudge. I need revenge. All right, let's go. I love to win. Dekita. Vendetta. I'd have another sip of my tea. Oh, I got a fist bump! Yippee! That means I'm the GOAT. Not gonna lie, I ate. Debonair Maru on top. I love to win. I'm feeling pretty good. I'm so happy with this, I gotta say, because I was expecting to get on here, play Splatoon, and humiliate myself, because it's been a long time since I've played actively. You know what that means? That means the next time I play, I'm gonna flop hard and get my ratio down to 50 losses, 0 wins. I love this tea so much. I love Ginger. Ginger's my goat. changing teams really work, damn. Yeah, no, for real. I find that one of the things that makes Splatoon hard when you play on your own is that when you play by yourself and you queue with randos, you can still get matched against people that are playing on a predetermined team, which means that sometimes you'll be playing against people that are in voice calls, I think. I think that's how that works, because I think I've experienced it before. I've been in like random matches against teams where they're like all wearing the same outfit, for example. Yeah, and so it can be really, really rough if you're matched with a team that doesn't perform as well together or doesn't do non-verbal communication as well. That's one of the other challenges in Splatoon is that when it comes to callouts, right? Because when you think of other FPS, I say FPS even though this isn't even a third-person shooter, right? It's hardly a shooter, but when it comes to games like this, you'll often have a complicated callout system like, oh, they're on this specific part of the map, or I'm doing this specific action, right? In Splatoon, you've got 3 things you can say. Most of the time, only 2 of them. When you're doing well, you can only say this way, like come over where I am, and booyah, usually like good job, or like we're doing great. And then if you're losing, or not if you're losing, but specifically if you've just gotten squashed, this happens sometimes. Yeah, if you've just gotten squashed, then you can say ouch. I think it's ouch. Yeah, it's ouch. It's ouch in turf wars and rank battles, and then in salmon run, it's help me. And so that's one of the challenges of Splatoon. You have to get better at like assessing the things on yourself, like by yourself, assessing the map, keeping track of where everybody else is and where you need to be, all without saying a single word to anybody and without being told a single thing by anybody else. Perfect game with no bugs or flaws? No, I mean it. I believe it. I believe it. I think it's a skill issue. I think it's a skill issue and people should upgrade their internet. I say this, but I'm averaging like 20 uploads right now. I'm gonna be so for real. Do you have any favorite bosses from the Splatoon series? That's a good question. I really love, okay, it depends on what we count as bosses, right? In this game, I really, really loved Shiver's boss fight. With the shark, with, what's the name of the shark character? Is it Jaws or something like that? I can't remember. I can't remember her shark companion's name, but I loved that. I love, what else do I love? I really, in the side order DLC, also in this game, I love the optional boss, like, or the random boss where it's like a bunch of little droid creatures, like robot squid people. I like that one a lot. I like, oh, please. Oh, that feels so good. Get canceled, bozo. Mega! Thank you, like Megalodon, right? I knew it wasn't Jaws. I just knew it was a reference to some kind of existing shark name. I think I kind of confused Jaws with Mr. Grizz from Salmon, or not, Grizzco, like from Salmon Run. Ooh. Oh. That's my flop. I always forget where the holes in the map are. Oh wait, I am yellow! I'm my own color! Let's go! That means I'm gonna win, right? And I didn't just jinx it by acknowledging it in words out loud. Alright. Alright. See, that was an optimal use of the limited callout system. You see that? He said this way. And so everyone convenes this way. Booyah! What's your problem? You want some too? I'll take that. I'll take that. Alright. Let's see. We can super jump to you. I need to remember to do that more. Half the time when I'm playing casually, it's honestly to turn my brain completely off. Like, I just kind of go numb and let my hands guide everything. Just autopilot for everything. And as a result, I don't actually super jump very often when I play. I mentioned my, like, conditions for a good super jump earlier, but generally my other condition is just never super jump ever to anybody. Oh, yar! Alright. Alright, let's keep it. Less than a minute on the clock. Ooh. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, we might lose this, and that would be really fast too. We gotta lock in. We gotta lock in. Less than a minute. Less than half a minute, actually. 30 seconds now. Please. Please be nice to me. Okay. Please, 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 please. No! Oh, God. Booyah, 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 booyah. Oh, come on. I'm gonna guess splatlings are your least favorite. All right, I need you to elaborate. Least favorite to fight against or least favorite to use myself? Because my answer is different depending on that. Because there are some weapons that I hate to encounter somebody else with, and some that I will never use myself. Ah, man! Ah. Maybe blasters? Yeah, I jinxed it. Yeah, I'm just a little guy, and it's my birthday, and that was my favorite color. Like, or one of my favorite colors, at least. Least favorite to use? When it comes to that, I think I'm least compatible with the snipers. Especially the snipers where you charge one time and then you shoot 3 or 4 times. Like the snipe riders is what they're called. Like the ones that look like a pencil. I think it's still a good team though, so I'm gonna stick with the chance to play with them again. It's not my birthday, by the way. I feel like I have to clarify that every time now. Should I just retire that joke at this point? I don't want to confuse anybody. I need you to remember my real birthday. Yeah, the snipe rider is a little hard for me because I mentioned earlier, the reason I like the Flingser roller is because it's bigger, which means that there's a slight delay between like when I aim the shot and when it goes through. So it gives me more time to stabilize myself. Because my hands are a little, I don't know, my hands are not very good at aiming quickly. So anything where I have to click very, very quickly and precisely like that. Likewise, the sniping weapons in general are a little rough for me because the really, really good way to use a sniper is to charge it and then sink under the ink and then get out and shoot immediately. Like aim perfectly within a half a second so that your scope isn't visible, so that your line of sight, your little laser that indicates where you're aiming. Because that's the best way to counter a sniper is just to see where they're aiming, right? It has a little line that indicates it. Yeah, those are my least favorite. It's not necessarily that it's my least favorite. Well, I guess it is literally, but it's the one that I struggle with the most. It's like the least compatible with the way that I am and the way that I enjoy playing the game, personally. And so I really respect people who do use them. I don't know how I ever managed, because I used one of the snipers in Splatoon 1. And I did pretty decently in Splatoon 1. I had a squid squad of my own and everything. I say of my own. It wasn't like I was the leader, but like we played together regularly, and that was always nice. Oh! How I so? Oh yeah. It really does have a big learning curve, honestly. It's one of those things you have to do for a really long time and put active practice into. It's not even as simple as just doing it for a long time. It's like you have to do it correctly for a long time. Was there another one? Was it just this guy? All right. All right, let's see. Where else do I need to go? Booyah! Meow, 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 booyah! One of the best feelings is hitting a shot with a sniper or bow. I see. The best feeling for me in this game ever is to cancel anybody's ult. It doesn't matter what the ult is, just to completely cancel it before they get the chance to use it. I think of all of the ults though, the most satisfying one to actually successfully cancel is the Stamper. The Splatana, or not the Splatana Stamper, but the Stamper in general, where they use it like a hammer and they move forward really fast. All right, I think we're pushing a little too far, so I should probably back up. Yeah, as I thought. Yeah, if you can successfully do it before they move at all, it feels really, really good. Because otherwise, the only way to stop a Stamper is to get behind them. Can you get out of my house? What's your problem, huh? What's your problem, sir? Oh! Oh! Feels bad. Feels bad. Booyah, 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 booyah. When it comes to the ones that I am the worst against, though, as I'm a roller, my natural opposite is also actually most snipers. But also, I find that I'm specifically really flop against, what is it called? The ones that, Are they the splatlings, like the ones that you charge and then you press like you fire for a minute? Or not a minute, but like several seconds, and it's like rapid fire. The ones that look really big. They look the coolest. I think they're the coolest looking weapons in the game, but oh. Oh no, I squashed a squid bagger. Please let me win. Oh! What's it looking like? Am I cooked? I think I'm cooked. We're cooked. Oh, that was so close. That was less than 1%. You see that? That was 0.6%. If I would have gotten one more shot in, one more splash, that would have been a dub. Ah. Kawaiso. Kawaiso na. Debonheir. It's okay. I just gotta lock in, right? All right, 2 in a row is my cue to leave this team and queue with different people. Kawaiso na. Oh my god, I need to tell you another inside joke that I had. As you may know, in By the Beat, we have 2 members who are very fluent in Japanese. Onmo no Nihongo hanaseru hito. And then there are 2 of us that are studying. There are 2 of us who are studying. And there was one time when the 2 of us who were studying, that's me and Zeal, we were in a call together and we were speaking only in Japanese, and it was really, it was really limited because we don't have a full vocabulary. At this point, both of us have way less. I feel like Zeal's learned a lot more since then, but I'm about the same as I was then, which is still very little. And somewhere along the line, we fell into this ridiculous inside joke. It was the silliest thing ever. Where, this was the vision, okay? I'm gonna paint a picture for you. Oh wait, I should queue up. I'm gonna paint a picture for you. So it is a French man in Japan. And he speaks Japanese, but he kind of mixes it with his French. And he goes to an aquarium. And he has a moment of extreme, deep empathy for the fish in the aquarium, all right? French man at an aquarium in Japan, right? This is what he says. And we said this for so long. We'd say, "Kawaisou, chisana poisson tashi. Chisana poisson tashi, kawaisou. Kawaisou ne. Chisana poisson tashi." It was the stupidest thing ever. It was the stupidest thing ever, but we fixated hard. We fixated hard on chisana poisson tashi. Like mixing the languages together. Because, chisana is small. Anyway. Chisana is small in Japanese, and then poisson is fish in French, and then tachi is like a suffix that you can use to make something like a group. Like ore tachi is what I would say if I was talking about us, like we, right? So chisana poisson tachi. The little fish, plural. Yeah, we were obsessed with that. Kawaisou ne, chisana poisson tashi. It's the stupidest thing in the world. And we laughed at it for genuinely like an hour. It completely derailed our immersive conversation that we were having in Japanese. Because, even though it was broken and we were both struggling to get our ideas across, we still were like getting it across in one way or another, right? Like we were understanding what we were trying to say, and if we didn't, we could use like loan words. We used a lot of loan words, but the point was that we were getting the grammar and the structure of the sentence right. But yeah. Kawaisou ne, chisana poisson tashi. Who came up with that? I think it was both of us. I think we both fell into it naturally at the same time. I think I was the one that dropped chisana poisson tashi specifically, but we did a bunch of stuff. That's just the one that I remember, because it's the one we really fixated on. It was so goofy. It was so goofy. Remind you what tea you had yesterday? Oh, I mentioned earlier, but it was a chamomile tea. I won't name the brand because I normally like chamomile, and I don't want to diss on any brand. I'll talk about a brand that I love. Yeah, it was a chamomile tea that tasted like perfume. Megmedi! Oh god, now that I've heard an octoling boy in this game, I'm gonna have Megmedi in my head. I don't think I've mentioned this yet. One of the things that gets stuck in my brain about Splatoon, other than the music, is the little things that they say. Even if you played the game, I wonder, have you noticed that the things that... have you noticed that the things that the character says when you say booyah and ouch in this way is different depending on both like your species and your gender? For example, when you say booyah, right? An inkling girl says woomy, and an inkling boy says yes. Whereas an octoling girl says veemo, and an octoling boy says majesty. Of all of those, majesty specifically, the octoling boy one, it gets stuck in my head. It gets stuck in my head bad. Like it gets locked in my head. So I hear it once, and then for the rest of the day, just whenever there's a pause, whenever there's a moment of silence in my little brain, I just autofill it with majesty. Oh, I feel like we're set up for disaster here. Look at this. We're getting pushed hard. Yeah, I love the noises they make too. I think the squid voice acting in general is really, really sweet. It just scratches all my brain itches. You know what I mean? It's just very satisfying. Splatoonish course? Oh, you want a tutorial? I'll walk you through it after this round. I'll tell you what, I'll take another break after this round to finish off my tea. And I'll walk you through how I do the Splatoon voice. Main reason I have to, though, is because it takes a finger. It takes a finger that I don't have right now. Notice all these sounds in different games? I don't know. I guess I just, I'm a very sound-oriented person in general. And it's not even just because I try to focus on music and because I practice as hard as I can and that stuff. Because I am passionate about it, right? Not to call me an expert, because I'm definitely not. I'm an amateur by far. I've got a long way to go. But just the way that my brain is wired, I tend to hear things more than I see things, if that makes sense. And that also applies to my memory. For example, when I was still a student, I had a really, really, really easy time in school for a long time until like 10th or 11th grade in high school. Specifically because I never had to study. I would just remember the things that my teachers said in lectures. And I would remember it sometimes in the voice that they used when they taught it. But then, when I got to more advanced like college level scientific courses, where they do a split class approach. I don't remember the actual term for this, but it's like where they teach you half of the material in the class during a lecture, and then the other half you have to study at home by yourself. I really struggled. I really, really, really struggled because I had never known how to study, and because I really struggled to retain the written information that I had to take in every day. So I think it's like strengths and weaknesses, right? I'm not some kind of deity that just is really good at everything. No, I'm really bad at remembering anything that I see or that I read. And it gets me in trouble sometimes. How quickly the day turns into the night, right? We had an 8-win streak at first. Do you use different phonetics rhymes to remember stuff? Sometimes. I'm actually really prone to mnemonic devices. I think I mentioned during my debut I had a couple. One of them I didn't even come up with though. I neglected to I took a capture by accident. I neglected to mention it, but I think it's more fun if I don't tell you which one. So here's the two mnemonic devices, right? For my hex code, for my image color, the one that represents me, that yellow, the dirty yellow color, is CD00, right? So the first mnemonic device is CD disc, because zeros kind of look like CDs, especially if you do the little dot in the center like some fonts do. And then the other mnemonic device is CDs nuts. One of those was Zeal's idea. I think it's more fun and mysterious if I don't tell you which one he came up with. I think it's more fun that way. And then I also, I don't know if you watched his 2.0, but he talked a little bit about a mnemonic device that I gave him for his hex code, because his is 007328, I'm pretty sure. Because the mnemonic device that I remember for it is James Bond, 32 years old, he ate. You get it? Because 007, that's James Bond. 32, that's his age. I don't know if James Bond is actually 32, but for the purpose of this device, he is. 8, number 8, he ate. He gobbled it up. Like, he ate with that. All right, here, let me set up my little guy right here. Give you his blue-eyed squiddy stare while I finish off my tea for our last break of the day. All right. I saw people pointing out that this is the Splatoon 2 lobby as well. Do you like this one? Do you have a favorite of the 3 lobbies if you play? Or if you've played all of them? This one's my favorite, personally. I think Splatoon 3 is the best of the 3 games, by far. but I have the deepest nostalgia and like attachment to Splatoon 2. So I like to keep this lobby. I like to see Pearl and Marina when I go to the lobby. It just makes me happy. The 3 lobby is really, really cool. It's the biggest and coolest of them all. I think of the 3, Splatoon 3's lobby, Splatoon 3's plaza, I guess would be the better word to use here than lobby. I think it feels the most like a real place. You know, it feels the most like a real city. So yeah, I think it's pretty cool. Splatoon 1 is also a really, really nostalgic one. That one I really loved for a while, and I had it as my default on Splatoon 3 for a long time because it felt really cool to see it on the Switch, you know? Because I hadn't seen that lobby since the Wii U. I love Ginger so much. It's so good. Remember Wii U, folks? I know. I really want to play it. I have several games on it that I want to play, but I need to get a new gamepad because my brother broke it. My brother broke it, and I can't access some settings unless I get the gamepad. So I need to buy a new gamepad, but I don't wanna. Don't make me do it. You know. Favorite Splatoon idols? Easily these two right here. These are my goats. Oh, that was pretty. These are my goats. Yeah, whenever I play the whenever I play the Wii U, it's usually just to play Twilight Princess HD and Wind Waker HD. I play with a Pro controller, and then I can like bypass the need for a new gamepad. But I need to change some of my settings in order to stream the Wii U. Gotta optimize it, you know. Gotta make sure everything's cool. So it will not come anytime soon. It'll come when I've covered every other upgrade that is on my horizon. First up will probably be my PC, because she's also on her last legs. I got her like 7 years ago, and she wasn't a very strong one 7 years ago either. Don't worry, I'll get stronger and stronger with time, I promise. Just gotta wait for me. Twilight Princess Enjoyer found. It's easily one of my favorites. I think it's top 3 ever for me. I think it's number 2. I think it's number 2 right now. My list fluctuates, honestly, sometimes depending on what I've played more recently. But yeah, I find that the aesthetics and the story of Twilight Princess are easily my favorite. Even more than my number 1, which is Majora's Mask. I just think that... oh god, I've stepped on a landmine. I did it without even realizing. Hold on. maybe we shouldn't. I shouldn't be talking about this. I get too invested. Pearl or Marina, both together. Living together, by the way. Yeah. Yeah, don't make me choose. Don't make me choose. When I picked for the Final Fest, because I think usually for the Final Fest, people will actually just choose their favorite idol. In the case of Splatoon 1, you had to, because the teams were literally Team Marina or Team Callie. In that case, I picked Marie. Maria senpai? Mariji? But I picked Marie because she was my favorite of those two very easily. But I love a lot about Callie. But then with Splatoon 2, I love them equally. I'm very attached to them as a pair. Honestly, OTP for me. And so when I picked that one, I picked the theme that I wanted most for the next game because I got the impression that it would impact the story. And I think it did, right? Because in Splatoon 2, the Splatfest for the end was chaos versus order. Like a dystopian like anarchy or a dystopian like false utopia. You know what I mean? Where everything is modern and sleek. We ended up getting both in a way though, because the Side Order DLC, right, was the alternate universe scenario of what would have happened if Order won, in my opinion. And then the main theme for Splatoon 3 is this like anarchist Badlands type of town, different from Inkopolis, you know? So it 100% did, right? Yeah. So I just picked Chaos because I thought that it would look the coolest. Even though I was like equally rooting for either of them. I would have been happy no matter who won. Which is why I love that about Splatoon 2 as well, because I find that I also, even outside of the Final Fest, I will pick the team for regular Splatfest that just is represented by my favorite idol, especially if they don't win enough. Like, I think genuinely 90% of all the Splatfests I've played in Splatoon 3, I played for Team Fry because I didn't think she won enough. I needed her to win, and she's my favorite. But in Splatoon 2, because I loved Pearl and Marina equally, I would just pick the team that I actually liked the most. You know, I'd pick a side for once. Which I'm really bad at. I'm really bad at picking sides. Hmm. But I guess Splatoon 3 made it easy to pick a very consistent side. I had to unite against Shiver and Big Man. I needed Fry to win more. She's my goat. I just think she's so cute. She's also yellow. Alright. Let's see. Alright. Let's do one more streak. One more streak, and then we'll wrap up for today. I don't know how many battles it'll be. It'll just be... We'll just go until we're done. Justice for Fry. I'm saying, like, I need people to appreciate her. She's so good. I think people do appreciate her. I think people that play for Shiver just happen to be way better at this game for some reason. It's kind of like Splatoon 1, because Marie happened to be my favorite. I don't think I contributed to what I'm about to say, but I think that Marie players were just built different. They were just better at the game. I don't know what it was. There's just something about Marie that drew in all the cracked, like, sweaty, competitive Splatooners. Gamba Gamba, thank you so much. Arigatou. We don't talk about last Splatfest. I know! No, it reared its head again! It was the same, because in Splatoon 1, the final fest was Marie versus Callie, right? And Marie won by a landslide. And then, in Splatoon 3, this one that we're playing right now, the final fest, it was like all the idols. It was all the idols. The first team was representing Team Past, Present, or Future, right? Past was the Squid Sisters, which had Marie on it, and it won by a landslide. It did so good. Specifically in the battle categories. I don't even think it was the most popular. I think it won purely by merit of being really good. Which it makes me really, really excited though. You can tell it makes me excited because that's when I start to jumble my words, is when I get excited or nervous. It makes me really, really excited because if we can judge by the previous games, this win will impact the next Splatoon in some way, right? Which means it'll probably be set in some kind of like historic setting. I'm really hoping for like a Marie type traditional Japanese vibe because I always really love those aesthetics. Alternatively, what I would really, really love would be a flashback, like a literal flashback to the great turf war, which if you're not familiar with Splatoon lore, in canon there was actually a great turf war, which is the inspiration for these things we're doing right now. These are kind of like recreations, you know? We do it for fun, but there used to be an actual conflict of territory in the game, right? And it's like it's something we don't actually see on screen. It's something that it's described to us when we play as a memory. So it'd be really cool for a past-themed Splatoon game to take us back to that. I think that could be really, really cool. Oh man, we really fanned out there, didn't we? Oopsie. Scatter! Yeah, implied backstory. That's the word I was looking for. It's like a backstory moment rather than like an actual story you see on the screen. This isn't on the screens. What am I on field base? This the contrary. Ain't got no secrets now. Been on my own. On the brink of geeking out. Oh! 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 What's your problem? At least it was a mutual KO. Hold it down. This is what am I on the base? That one's so catchy. Together, the more we get done, quicker the outcome the sum. Obstacles hang in the way of the prize. Together we all gonna rise, peaking now. So close to the top, I can almost see and reach the clouds. Banger. That one's really, really cool. I really like the harmonies in it as well, especially in Kotoka Senpai's cover. Very delicious. Let's go! Do you have a favorite Niji debut song? It's really tough because I like most of them, like a whole lot. I like all of them, but I love most of them is what I was going to say. But I think my favorite is actually Desire, sung for TTT by Ena Senpai and Maridin Senpai. I think it fulfills that really funky, jazzy sound that I really, really love the most. I love it a lot. Oh yeah, no, that was the wrong answer. It should be Satellite, shouldn't it? Who said that? Who said Desire? Yeah, no, I love Desire a lot. I think that's my favorite by far. And then in second place, it would probably be Hope in the Dark because it's got like that electro swing feel to it, which is also very jazzy. I love that a lot. E-Encounter. Is it Encounter or E-Encounter? I need to listen more when people talk about it out loud because I've been reading it as E-Encounter this entire time. But anyway, as far as Encounter goes, I really loved I'm your architect. I create the world that you live in. I love that so much. It's delicious. I make the dream. I make believe. Delicious. Oishikata. I love Infinity. And it's my favorite. If it's not that, it's a close tie with Solar Dawn. You know? Keep on believing in wildest dreams. Oh, it's so good. So good. Yeah, those two are my personal favorites, but I think every single one is really, really good, and they all get in my head. I think the one that's the most of a brainworm for me is we beep 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 uni. That one gets in my head, and it gets stuck in my head, like it stays for a while. Yeah, that one's a banger. They're all bangers. I know that's such like a pageant answer, and it's very cliche to be like, oh, they're all great, but I mean it though. Every single one is really, really good, and I spent a legitimately long time listening to every single one. The production value is really good. The vocals are really good. The lyrics are really good as well. Yeah, I like them all. Oh! Jump scare. Oh! Okay. Woo! Hi, Yuki Senpai. I wasn't saying anything about Weeby Union or anything like that. I wasn't talking about you at all. I didn't mention anything. I just stream just started actually. Yeah, I know you were here earlier, but yeah, I think you might have imagined that actually. Stream just started, like just a second ago. Sorry, I'm shy. Ooh, and now I'm flopping. I gotta do better. I gotta impress my senpai. Gotta lock in. Okay, wait, how are we? I think I can super jump to you. Yeah, gaslight. That's not in my job description. I fear I'm the. Whoa, that was close. I'm the gatekeeper, not the gaslighter. I think the gaslighter. Who's the gaslighter? And by the beat. Maybe I shouldn't though, because there needs to be 4. There needs to be 4. There's not enough for everybody. I feel like Zeal is an effective gaslighter though. Seible is too. They both have the sense of humor where they will deliver a joke really flat on purpose, so that you can't tell if they're joking or not, just in general. And I have that thing where I struggle to tell when people are joking in general. Just like even when people are more obvious about it, I kind of struggle sometimes. It's just lost on me a lot of the time if it's not super obvious. And so it's this lethal combo where they'll say a joke, ironically, and I'll take it completely at face value, and now I'm concerned or whatever based on whatever they've said. And they're like, oh, Kaelix, I'm just playing. I'm just pulling your leg. Where are you? Where's the rest of you? No! Honestly, all of you guys, we're all gaslighters. Who's girl boss? I think that's probably Fudi Fudi. That's Frio. Yeah, he's girl boss. Don't tell him I said that. He would not be happy with me if he heard about this. Do not go to his stream talking about girl boss. Yeah, I think it's him. I think he's very put together. He's very accomplished as a person, I'd say. He's very sleek as well, very fashionable. He's got very good taste. So I think that makes him girl boss, right? He's also a very good leader. Not to say that there's a leader of By the Beat. I think we all kind of fulfill that role as equals, right? But I think he is very good at filling the role of a leader. Like for a single project, for example, or for initiating something, he's very, very good at that. Very good at keeping things together. We never cry. Who's baby girl? I don't know. I'm gonna be so honest. I got no clue. How about you? I'm gatekeep. It's in my job description. I'm the bouncer. I keep the gate. We never cry. Who is the mother? I don't know. I don't think anybody's the mother. Or maybe everyone is my mother. Because I feel like everyone's kind of pushed into that role for me sometimes. I can be very clueless. I'm very quick to miss things. I'm very prone to forgetting things as well. Like we'll agree on something, but I'll misunderstand it sometimes. And they're always pushed into this position where they have to kind of like over-explain things for me or clarify or remind me of things or like pick up my slack. So I'm very, very thankful for it. Am I the baby girl? Oh God. I don't know. I try my best though. And I feel like they appreciate the things that I do to compensate for it at least. For example, because I'm very forgetful, one of the things that I have as a rule for myself is that if I get a message, I respond to it instantly. Like as soon as I see it, I mark it with an emoji to show that I've read it and that I'm writing a response. And I write the response right away. Because if I don't, it's not coming ever. Like it's never gonna happen. Another one is that if there's an assignment with a 3-week distant deadline, I start it the day it's assigned. Because if I don't, I'm not gonna do it. I guess that works. I should have aimed that way though. All right, let's see. Yeah, I do as much as I can to counteract it, and I think it brings me around where I should be. So, yeah, I don't feel too bad about it. I guess I'm ultimately just very thankful that I have people around me that can kind of complement my weaknesses, you know? I think that's all you should want in a group. I don't know if it's like an emo thing to get into, but I genuinely like, you know, getting into this situation and meeting these people, I wasn't sure how things were gonna be. And this might be a grim outlook or a very pessimistic like belief system, but I tend to, when I get into any uncertain situation, I set myself up, like I set the expectation value to absolute 0, like the worst case scenario. I assume that the worst possible thing is gonna happen. So I assume I'm gonna be totally incompatible with these people. They're gonna have really annoying personalities. They're not gonna wanna do anything that I wanna do, etc. Like I assume all these things are gonna happen so that whenever something slightly okay happens, it's like a big upgrade, right? So that way I'm always happy. I'm always happy about whatever happens. But I feel like I set myself up for like total euphoria with this group, right? Because it's like, not only is it that bare minimum, it's not only that it's that bare minimum I'm talking about, right? Of just like being able to work together and having tolerable personalities. It's that every single thing is good, like great in most ways, actually. Like our personalities are compatible. I find that a lot of the time we'll get together to work on something and we'll just be laughing and hanging out and not doing any work by the end of it. Because we just happen to really click like that, which I'm very, very thankful for. We have very similar goals, which is really good because that means that when we are working, we can aim for similar things and we can't, like we won't get in each other's way with it, you know? We all have very similar values as well, aside from our personalities. Very similar standards for each other and for like knowing other people. And yeah, we're just, I won the lottery. It's the closest thing that I can liken to a miracle for me. I'm endlessly thankful. I don't know if that's like too real or anything, but yeah, I'm very, very thankful. This always happens when I get sleepy. I mentioned at the start of the stream that I didn't sleep as much, right? And I've been awake for a while trying to fix my schedule tonight. The sleepier I get, the more emotional and vulnerable and sappy I get, for better or worse. Yeah, I'm very, very thankful and very excited. And I just caught a dub, so that's another win for Mary. Can't wait for your collab. I'm very, very excited for it. I can't wait for you to see what we're like in a room together. I wonder if you've got the right idea of what we're like when we're next to each other, right? I think there's only so much you can tell when it's just all of us individually like it's been this whole week. I wonder what you might expect from us as a group, or I wonder if you might expect some of the personality shifts that occur when we're together, right? Because I feel like when you're with a group of people, you kind of, you don't assume a totally different personality, right? But you have like friend group A, friend group B, etc. You kind of fill a different position depending on who you're with. So I find that each person slightly changes when they're in the room together. And it can be pretty fun to watch, I think. Or at least I hope so. It's pretty fun to be in, at least. I can say that for sure. Very fun to be a part of. Oh yeah! Yeah, I'm very, very excited. I'm a little nervous though. I might make a fool of myself because I've never played Buckshot Roulette, and I've avoided watching people who play it because I wanted to go in totally blind, and I've known that I wanted to try it for a while. But I get the impression that this game is a pretty good place to kind of deal with your grudges, right? I feel like I might get a little petty. I don't know. I might get a little petty. Not that they've ever really wronged me, but like that's where I get really petty, right? I need an excuse, so I'll bring up the time they just neglected to bless me when I sneezed that one time. True story, by the way. I won't say who. I'm gonna save that one. Ooh. But I'm also kind of nervous that because of the game being a little scary that I might make a fool of myself in that way. But I think I'll have fun anyway. I can always enjoy scarier games if there are like friends in the room with me. I will not say who it was. I will not expose him. Are you the type to wait for someone to say go piss girl before you go? No, I'm the one that says it usually. I had to explain that to Frio, I think. I don't remember if Seible knew as well or if I explained it to both of them, but I know for sure I had to explain it to Frio because I said it and he was like, what? No, I'm the one that says that, like Gossip Girl. Booyah! It's anybody's game right now. You gotta keep it. One more minute. Let's go! Please! Oh! Where are you? Oh! Oh! Okay, no, we're good. We're fine. We're fine. We're fine. We lost half of our team, but we can still do this. We're just fine. We can fix. I can fix it. I can fix it. Like how you explained Dilf to Zeal. Not my proudest moment, but I just needed him to be on the same page. I needed him to know. I don't know how he didn't know. I'm gonna be so for real. I don't know how you get this far without knowing. Sorry. Sometimes when I get too cornered in a video game, I become like an elder lich experiencing ego death for the first time. You know what I mean? Like when a sorcerer gets banished to the abyss. That's what I've become. Oh, I think that's theirs. Where is it? Let's go! I love to win. Like how you describe things. Does that not make sense? Is that not a very accurate and succinct description of the sounds I just subjected you to? Was that not accurate? Are you not satisfied? Was that not giving sorcerer being banished to the abyss? Was that not giving elder lich experiencing ego death? Was that not giving high-level magic caster getting turned into a red mist? Like, what more could you want? Yeah. Okay. ¿Qué hora es? ¿Qué hora es? Okay. As I mentioned, I do have some things I have to do tonight, so I fear this might be the end of the line. This hourly reset, not hourly. I think it's actually bi-hourly. They change it every 2 hours, I think, maybe every 2 or 3. Yeah, this is the time to wrap up, I fear. So let's go ahead and move on over to the home screen. Moving over to the home screen, say goodbye, figure out who I'm rating because I forgot to set it up early this time, all right? I will send you off on your way. All right. Where are you? Ah! Okay. Whoa. Hold on. I need to deal with the game in my ears. Okay. Where are you? Where are you? Okay. Ugh. 疲れた。もう疲れた。Sorry, I'm just making weird noises at this point. Okay. Thank you so much for coming. Thank you so much for hanging out with me today. Thank you for playing Splatoon with me. Someday I'd like to actually set up a lobby so that you can drop in on me. I wanted to do it today, but I figured first time I should just, I should warm up. I should get my skills back a little bit because it's, like I mentioned, it's been a long time since I played. I thought I was doing really, really good there at first, but, everything that goes up has to go down eventually. All right, let's see. Oh my god, he's playing Animal Crossings. Is he still going? Is he gonna wrap up soon? It can just be a double raid if he does. Hold on, let me make sure. Let me refresh to be safe. I've been so excited for him to play Animal Crossing because of the specific Animal Crossing that he told me he was gonna play. Because it might not be the one you think. And that really made me excited to see. Okay, all right, we're gonna raid into Mr. Ginjoka. We're gonna raid into my bestie Zeal. He is playing Animal Crossing. He's been playing for about an hour now, so he should be going for another hour at least, right? Maybe even more if it's Animal Crossing. But it's hard to tell with him. Yeah, I hope you have fun. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, evening, night, etc. It was nice to hang out with you. I'll see you again soon. Oh yeah, I have to show you my schedule. Where is it? Where is my... Boom. Okay, so... Where are we? All right, today we have played some Splatoon 3. It was my first time in a while touching this game, but I had a lot of fun. I hope I might have convinced at least one person to try the game out who's never touched it before. It's lots of fun. Highly recommended if you're curious. Maybe watch some videos about it. Watch some other streamers. There are quite a few NIJISANJI livers who have played the game and have gotten really good at it. One of my Oshis actually plays it quite a bit as well. Tomorrow we will have our first regular Zatsudan. I say regular, but I'm trying to scrape together as many pennies as I can to get us to outer space. Just like a satellite, baby, baby, but baby, baby, come on. So look forward to that. We'll just hang out. There won't be any topic or anything in particular. Just I'll have a Q&A box open and we'll just go from there. On Thursday, we'll play another game. It will be Shashingo. It is a photography-based Japanese study game. Lots of fun, I think. I'm excited to try it on stream. And then Friday, we will have our first group collab by The Beat. Very, very excited, as I was mentioning earlier. Lots of fun antics to be had, I'm sure. And finally, to wrap up the week, one day next is our first karaoke stream. I say our, but ours is in yours and mine, right? My very first karaoke stream. I'm very, very excited for this because... Excuse me. I'm very, very excited for this because I really enjoy performing live and I really look forward to doing it some more. So I hope you can look forward to it. And that will be the week. I'll have a new schedule to show you when we get to the end. So, thank you so much. Sorry, the moment I close the game, it's like all my lethargy hit. I don't know if I'm gonna get my laundry done. Oh no, I might be in danger. No, I gotta lock in. Root for me. Pray that I don't fall asleep. Pray that I fall asleep, but in several hours. Pray that I fall asleep in 4 to 6 hours would be really great. That would be really great. Manifest it. Write it into the universe. Call on some spirit. I don't know what you got to do. Make it happen for me, okay? I'm going to do my best on my front, but I need some help. All right. Thank you so much. That is all for today. Mata ashita na. Dake. Bye bye.